What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Speech the Beast. Welcome to the channel. If at any moment in this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot of fire content for you guys. Let's get into this. Today, we're going to review this clip done by Dr. BOA. It stands for Book of Alpharonomy, right? Shout out to the brother. He's putting out a lot of great content. Got a lot of the fellas over there rocking with him, leading them down the path, trying to save them from different types of women, so on and so forth, right? There's a lot going on over there. We're going to watch this clip. I'm going to break this down. Again, shout out to the brother. It's all love, no beef. Let's get into this.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to always have a black woman. I may have to scour the world to find one, but you're going to always see a black woman and some black babies in my household. That's what it's always going to be. It ain't going to never be nothing else. There's not a snowball chance in Hades that it's going to be something else. I'm telling you. Never. But for you men that don't think the way I think, man, you should understand what quality really means. And the problem with quality is you're not going to get quality as a black man outside of the black community or the black race. You're not going to get it because of quality.
Whoa, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're going to let him keep going. Hold that thought. He said you will not, as a black man, get quality outside of the black race, right? A quality woman. Let's keep going.
Quality Asian woman is only going to date an Asian man, only going to marry an Asian man, only going to have Asian children. A quality Hispanic woman is only going to marry a Hispanic man, have Hispanic children. A quality Moroccan woman is only going to marry a Moroccan man. That's all it's going to be, dog. That's what it's going to be.
Wow.
Now, there are some cultures that are black cultures all over society that will intermingle with other black cultures. Now, you may be able to go to Bermuda and find a black woman. You may be able to go to Kenya. You may be able to go to Nigeria. You may be able to go to Ghana, but those are African cultures. Those cultures have always been black. They're black cultures. You're not going to go to any of these other cultures and get a high quality woman who's willing to date outside of her own race, dog. It just doesn't happen. Those women are raised to understand that national pride is the greatest thing that they could support. So you're not going to win just because you get a non-black woman in America. You're going to lose. Look at what Shannon Sharp is going through. He's losing. I bet he's dealt with some black women before, but he's losing. Look at what Wayne is dealing with right now. He's losing. Look at the one thing that got Diddy jammed up. It was with Cassie. He's losing.
She's black.
All the way back to OJ. He lost. This is what happens all the time, man. Y'all guys have got to start understanding that America is America. And the majority of women in America, the majority, are Americanized.
True.
Not all of them want you for your money because some of them come from money. A woman who come from money might not want you for your money because money ain't no big deal to her. But she's still Americanized because she probably going to be out somewhere drinking, getting drunk, at a club, dancing, probably got a roster of men and all of that. Man, America is what it is. And the people who are easily influenced in America, the most easily influenced in America, as a matter of fact, are the women. Because they all want more than they have. They all want more than they deserve. They all want more than they earn.
All right, guys, let me jump in there. I got a lot to say on this. I have a lot to say on this. Now, he said that as a black man, you are not going to get a quality woman, right, from another race, right? You're not going to get a quality woman from another race because if she was quality, she would marry, right, or bond with a man of her race or a man of her nationality, right? He's saying that she was raised up to know the importance of that, right? And if she steps outside of that, she's no longer a quality woman, right? Just sum it up. That's what he's saying in a nutshell. If she steps outside of her race or outside of her nationality, he's saying that she is no longer a quality woman, right? And he said that any woman who he deals with, right, she's going to be black. Even if he has to go off here or there and find her, she's going to be black, right? And he went down the line of Asian woman, needs to marry an Asian man. Hispanic woman needs to marry a Hispanic man. Moroccan woman, Moroccan man. You know, he went down the whole list, the whole 9 yards, right? Shout out to the brother. I love the brother. This ain't no beef. But that's a bunch of hogwash. I'm going to say it again. That was a bunch of hogwash. You cannot put men and women into a box. A quality woman is a quality woman, no matter what race or nationality of a man who she bonds with. I'm going to say it again. A quality woman is a quality woman, right? That's like saying Patrick Mahomes' wife is not a quality woman because she didn't marry a white man. She's white. That's like saying Devontae Adams' wife is not a quality woman because she married a black man. She didn't marry a white man. She's white. That's like saying Candace Owens, right? It's like saying she's not a quality woman because she didn't marry a black man. Again, what Dr. BOA said in this here clip is a bunch of hogwash. It's a bunch of hogwash. Now, shout out to the brother again. No beef, but I gotta call it for what it is because I don't like to see people misleading other people. Thousands of men are gonna see that, and they're gonna run with it. Thousands of black men are gonna see that, and they're gonna think that they cannot find a quality woman outside of their race because he said that she wasn't quality if that woman did not marry a man of her same race. That is going to lead a lot of men down the path of destruction during times where it's challenging to find someone to bond with. You're putting these people in a box. You're telling these brothers that they have to bond with black women. You're telling these black men that they have to bond with black women. The problem with that is, tell that to the millions of black men who have bonded with black women, and it has been a living hell for them, right? Tell that to the millions of black men who have bonded with black women, and it was a living hell for them. Men who have bonded with them, men have had children with them. Now, of course, there are great black women out there. There are great women out there who make wives, right, who happen to be black. Lots of them, right? So I'm not saying that a man shouldn't bond with a black woman. That's not what I'm saying. My wife is black, right? Everything is good, right? I'm not saying that men shouldn't bond with black women, but what I'm saying is you cannot put these men and women in a box, right? And then you can also not shame other races of women for bonding with black men. You cannot then deem those women as not quality because they didn't bond with a man of their race or their nationality. Remember, black men are the most desirable men on the planet, right? Even if we're talking just from a physical standpoint, black men are the most desirable men on the planet. So you're meaning to tell me that those women from other races, other nationalities who choose to bond with black men are not quality women because they chose to bond with the most desirable men on the planet? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Another thing, you can't give these women too much credit. There's a reason since the beginning of time, men had to, vet out their daughter's husband, right? They had to vet him out. Why? Because these women were not great choosers of men, right? Again, so the point I make with that is don't give these women too much credit. You don't deem them quality or not quality because of the race or the nationality of the man who she chose to bond with. Again, black men are the most desirable men. I would not call a woman not quality if she chose me. If a woman from another race chose to bond with me, I wouldn't then go and say, oh, she's not a quality woman because she chose me. She didn't choose a man of her race or her nationality. That's foolish to say, right? That'll be foolish to say. Again, and then just because you can find 10 examples of men who went outside their race and things turned for the worse, just because you can find 10 examples doesn't validate your point. Just because you name OJ, Shannon Sharp, a couple other brothers who things turned for the worse, that doesn't mean that it's all bad. It's a lot of brothers who bond with women outside their race and they're doing great. They're doing great. Not to mention, even those men you named, Shannon Sharp, he has black children. There's a reason why he didn't bond with those black mothers. There's a reason why. Who else? OJ, I'm sure he dealt with some black women. There's a reason why he veered away from that. There's a reason why he veered away from that. You name Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne. He's got a daughter by a black woman. There's a reason why that situation didn't work out, right? With that black woman, right? I can go on and on. Remember this. Black women are married at 25%, right? They have the lowest marriage rates. Now, do you think that's a coincidence? Or you think there's a reason as to why that is? Do you think that's a coincidence? Or do you think there's a reason as to why that is? So you're trying to put these people in a box and make them bond with people. And a lot of times that just don't work. So they may have to venture out and bond with women who have higher success rates when it comes to marriage. I'm gonna say it again. It don't work out a lot of times. You say, oh, bond with a black woman, right? They're married at 25%, that's the lowest. So you're telling me, you putting these people in a box, and guess what? It just might not work. And these men may have to venture out and bond with women who have higher success rates when it comes to marriage. You got to think about all this stuff before you lead these men down the path of destruction and say, nah, these women over here from other races, they ain't a quality woman if they're bound with you as a black man. They're not a quality woman. That is hogwash, my friend. That is hogwash. Now, shout out to the brother. I love the brother. This ain't no beef. Speak a lot of truth. Dr. BOA speaks a lot of truth. I'm not against him. But when I see this right here, this rhetoric that leads a lot of men down the path of destruction, I have to speak out on it. There are a lot of great women of all races. There are great quality women of all races. And as men, we must bond with who is willing to get on our program, who is going to truthfully love and respect us, who is going to cooperate with us, right? Who is going to move a certain way for us, with us, right? Who is going to appreciate us no matter what color she is. That's who you bond with, right? No matter what her nationality, that's who you bond with. Who's going to get on your program, right? Who's going to be submissive to you as a man? Who's going to follow your lead? Who's going to be your helpmate? That's who you bond with. Not because of the skin tone and all this other stuff. There are quality women of all races. There are quality women of all races. And yes, at the end, he made a point of a lot of women in America being Americanized. I agree with that. I agree with that. You get a woman who gonna act right. If she ain't gonna act right, cut off. If she ain't gonna act right, cut off. Boy, that was a mouthful right there. But shout out to the brother. But yeah, don't mislead these men. It's a lot of quality women out here of all races. And unfortunately, a lot of the sisters are the least married. They're only married at 25%. But you cannot put these men and women in a box, right? It's okay for men to venture out and find who's going to appreciate them, cooperate with them, be submissive. It's okay for them to venture out if they need to do that to find that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Numbers don't lie. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment in the comment section. I could be off on this one. Remember, subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of fire. I'm back. I got a lot of fire for y'all. Remember this. I love you all. Keep God first. Y'all be blessed.